Hello everybody, welcome back to another Vault Hunters episode. It is Undisturbed Potato, and today I got some more create farms for you guys. As you know, in the last episode, we made a tree farm, and we set up our little workshop to start producing gravel, sand, clay, and iron, and of course, the other byproduct, flint, which I'm not too excited about, but this episode I do have another farm ready for you guys, and we're going to set up our little crushing system so that whenever we get ores, we could just crush it down and double and or triple depending on what the create recipe is. And one of the farms that I'm including in this episode is a flower farm. So if you unlock the create as your first big mod and you don't have botany pots, or if you're like me and we come over here and our first big mod was Cagerium, that or our production mod, then that means botany pots is 16 knowledge stars. So that's quite a bit, which I have the points available to unlock it, but I am not going to unlock it just yet. I want to make the farm and then I'm going to unlock it, just because, I don't know, I think it would be interesting to have a flower farm set up for you guys, and I'm also going to automate the tree farm. I also made some more colossal chests so that I could craft the copper upgrade. I was going to just apply it to this, but I went into a creative world and I messed around a bit, and turns out you could just add another external storage and connect it. So we're going to leave this chest here. We're going to make another large copper colossal chest nearby. We're going to connect it and we're going to increase our space. So that's kind of what I have planned for this episode. So let's grab everything from here. So this is for the tree farm. I'm going to leave this stuff here. Of course, I did say I was going to unlock building gadgets with you guys. So we'll take 2 stars, head over here. Whoops, this tab, click here, boom. Building gadgets, so we unlock some new transmogs, and now I could get started on the walls of this place. Okay, let's toss this up here. Let's get rid of this. We don't really need this in our hand right now, and I care more about traveling, so we'll also do something like that. And I did do a little bit of building offline in between episodes, and of course vaulting, that's why our level went up. But yeah, I might do vaults in the episodes. It's just how I said, it's gonna be like interesting parts or anything important, because yeah, the vaults, if I do just pure vaults, it's gonna take so much time. Instead, I would like you guys to go down in the comments and leave me something that you guys want to learn. I might be able to provide some information about it. So if it's a question about create, maybe I'll be able to help. If it's anything else about Vault Hunters, I'll do my best to answer what I can. If you got any suggestions, also leave it down in the comments and I'll go over those in some clips of vaulting. But besides that, in our episode, or the building, yes, I did say we went out building. I did say I built a little bit, so if we come over here, this is not complete yet, but we have the little setup for our market. Here we have the Fletchers. Over here we have a few farmers and a butcher. Oh, I guess he converted to be a farmer as well. Interesting. Yes, we got those people. And then if we come over here to our nice little area, I wanted to add some fishermen. So I was going to put the barrels up there in our nice little farm. However, I thought, why not put it along or somewhere in the water, since they are fishermen? So I built this, a nice little wooden water bucket. I added these little entry points for the boats, and then I threw some of them around. I'm going to breed some villagers and toss them onto the boats to make it look like they are traveling to the trader's market. So you come in here and you have your little fisherman. And then of course I put some boats here. How I said, I plan on throw in some villagers there. Yeah, so now if we want to trade with these guys, they're available. And if we come over here, inside of the mountain, I decided to make a little forge area because I was thinking, where should I put the masons, the, the weaponsmith, and the other guy, the blacksmith. And I was like, you know what? It'd be smart to make them a forge. So if you come over here, I forgot to make the little tinkering tables from chipped, but I was going to put them right here. Here we have their little water basin or mineral oil, so when they're forging they could dip it in to cool it. So yeah. And as for the villagers, we'll make sure they can't escape, so we'll put them in their little posts. But at least we have a nice little decent area over here to look at. Alright. That's about it for the building. So let's actually get over here and do what I planned. So I did turn off the tree farm. After all, it was overproducing. So I had to do something about it. As you can see, this is very full. And I plan on upgrading this. So if we just destroy this and collect everything, we can just store it real easily in our very large bag. And we're going to change it to chests. Why? Oh, smart move, but the reason as to why I'm doing that is because it's a little bit more room than the barrels, and I could use some hoppers to do this. And perfect. Let's destroy that. And now we just connect those with a little bit of that, and we'll toss an apple in here and verify it made its way down. Yep. So now we increase the space, but the important part about automating one of these farms is using a clutch and a threshold switch, and of course your redstone link. And then I'm gonna use wood to set the filter just to make this a little more simpler. So for the threshold switch, I'm pretty sure you just need to put it right here so it's looking at the chest, but we don't want it looking at this one. Whoops. We want it looking at the top one. So if I do this, now the threshold switch is looking at the top chest. And then here we could set it to what we want it to be at. So if I come over here, yeah, I forget, you use the scroll wheel. But yeah, I'm not too sure how this works. I think the bottom one is the one you're supposed to be looking at. But if I set it to 75%, if I set both to 75%, what I do know is that if this chest is about 75% full, it'll send a redstone signal where these redstone links come in handy. So I could just throw one here, set this one to wood. So this is sending the signal. And then we got to come over here to our overpacked little tree farm. And since it's dark, I'm gonna just vein miner as much of this as I can so that we could get some light and probably sleep through the night. Now that it's morning time, I could go ahead and show you how we send the signal to stop this. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is, let's see, do we have a bucket? And we do not. Alright, now that I got my bucket, all you had to do was pick up the water source, and if you look over here, we don't have to touch the bearing at all. What we gotta do is destroy the water wheel, dig down one more, which is pretty simple, and then you put the water wheel back down, and then you put the clutch right here. You put the redstone signal on top of it, you shift right click, or you could just click it with the wrench to set it to receive. Then all you gotta do is set it to the same filter, which I did wood. So all I gotta do is right click here and here. Once the filter is set, you could put the water back down, and just like that, it's working again. And whenever the chest is full, or roughly 75%, it'll turn it off, so it won't overfill the chest and there won't be loose items. And with that, we have automated our tree farm. Alright, now that I'm back, the next thing I wanted to do was make our little ore crushing area, which is pretty easy. You need some gearboxes, crushing wheels, maybe some cogs to rotate some power, shafts, mechanical belt, andesite funnel, and then andesite casing. And you might want to use barrels instead, I don't know, that's just up to you and your preference. But yes, from here, I am gonna bring some of this out, and then I'm gonna rotate, or gear ratio it. Yeah. So we put large cog, smaller one, large one once again. You know what I'm gonna say. Put andesite casing, and a smaller one. And just like that, we have increased the speed, which I think we might do one more. Yeah. Whoa. Almost forgot. Gotta do that. Then click it. And just like that, we have our speed. Now, I'm gonna do this. So, bring this down here. Which means we're gonna need another one to receive it. So if it's right here, we put it right here. Connect it. Boom. And then just gearbox. Which this isn't rotating the right way, so you just throw another one down. Now that one's rotating the way I want it to. So from here I just put one of these. So the chest is gonna go on top. We're gonna have the funnel. Then we're gonna have our crushing wheel. And then we're gonna have another funnel and chest. So what I can do is just put it right here. I know it looks a little funky, but that's where we throw this down. Boom. And then right here I wanted the crushing wheels. So we'll do this. Was it right here? Yes. Because I wanted to see if I could make it a little more compact so we don't have to go that far out. So we do this. Just like last time. I keep forgetting this has to be vertical. It might help if it was vertical, you know, because this actually gives us the rotation we really wanted. Just like that. And then grab that. Then as I said, here you could use a chest or a barrel. I'm just going to put a barrel here since I brought it. But all you got to do, throw a funnel. Now whatever's in here is going to get sent through. The crushing wheel is going to crush it, and then it's going to come out. And then right here is where I'm going to put a double chest. Smart one. I am very intelligent, I swear. So you have your chest, put your funnel, and then once it's crushed, it'll automatically get inputted in here. Which means I can do this and end it right here instead. So let's reconnect this real quick. And right there. Boom. Nice little compact ore crusher. So whatever we put in here, it goes out, gets crushed, multiplied, and stored. Nice. Alright guys, the next build is going to be the last build. And this one's to make a little create farm to get flowers. Since we are here in the mountains, I'm just running around, and as you can see, some of the flowers that you could collect are peony and the allium. Which is pretty nice because some of the altar recipes require your double stack flower compared to your normal one block. So, with this farm, you might be able to get both of them. And of course you're going to get a lot of seeds, so every once in a while, make sure to go down to your farm and throw out the seeds. Of course you could use a barrel or a compacting drawer or a drawer of some sort to delete all that, but I'm just going to use some basic chests. So I'm basically going to stick to pure vanilla and create. So, to make this, it's a little complicated. I had to mess around a bit to understand what I'm doing, but the idea is you have a water wheel because you need a source of power. So you could do your little hole right here, grab some water. I hope I have water. I do. Perfect. finally, the one time I need it. So, you throw this down, and now you have your little water wheel, which is providing you your power. And then here we're going to do the same thing. I want to make it go a little faster, just so it doesn't look too slow. So, we're going to do a little more gear ratio. Do this, and a little something like this, and then let's see, is this too fast? Honestly, that is too fast for this machine. We don't need a crazy speed like that. And if I grab my little wrench, I don't have it. Cool. Let's see, can I just smack that piece? Nope. Oh well. Well, I do this, and we got some pretty decent speed right here. Or I could, yeah, I'll just bring it down from right here instead. It's gonna be a little off. I might be falling a little bit, but I'll take it. So we just do this. Boom, boom. Now the power is coming out on the bottom. And then, best way to show it is using a gantry shaft. This is just to see what rotation is making this move. So if we put it here, it's gonna send it straight out, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So you could leave the shaft here, or you could destroy it and immediately put your gear shift, but I'm gonna leave it right there, just so you could see what it does. So here we're gonna put our gear shift, and as you can see, it's rotating and it's gonna send it forward. So that's nice. So I'm gonna break it again. No, I'm gonna break the shaft. Let's turn on magnet mode so we could grab anything that falls. So here we're gonna, okay, a little odd. So let's do this. And then we're gonna send it all the way out. I'm making this farm a little big, just so it could collect plenty of flowers. Okay, is this, oh yeah, I forgot. You gotta move forward to keep moving it forward. Yeah. So, with all these gantry shafts, we're gonna build a little dirt platform above it along with our contraption. So when we put our contraption down, we're gonna want to click on the top because they can go sideways. So we put it up like this, and the two things that you want to put right away, and make sure you have your super glue in your offhand, is these redstone contacts. So you put one here and then one on this side. The reason why we do this is because we're going to be using this gear shift to make the contraption come back when it's done. And in fact, I'm going to reduce the size just so I can show off how it works, because the redstone might need to change depending on how I set it up. So here, to set up our redstone, we're going to grab a little bit of dirt. We're going to do this. Whoops. We don't want to glue that down. My bad. But we put a contact here. That's going to turn it on. And then, if we come to the end on this side, we're going to want it to turn on again. So, we could do, whoops, we want it one away, two away. My bad. So yeah, we're going to do this, because we're going to also want this side to connect to this contact. So we could do this, and so when this comes all the way down, it'll interact with this contact. The thing that we got to do here is set up the redstone. So, when it comes all the way down here, we're going to want it to come over. And in fact, I'm going to flip the sides. I'll be back when I do that. Okay, now that I inverted it, what I wanted to do is when it comes over here and touches here, it's going to send a redstone signal. And here we're going to utilize a powered latch to help us turn this on and turn it off so that it can keep going back and forth on its own, so we don't really have to interact with it. So to utilize this, let's put it down, let's say right here. And what this does is, if you set a signal right here, it'll turn it on, sending the signal over here inverting the rotation, letting this come back this way. But if we don't turn it off, it's not going to move anywhere else. So that's where the second redstone contact comes in handy. And then we're going to send the redstone signal down here, through here, and we're going to have it touch right here. If it comes in through this side and or this side, it'll turn the signal off. So our machine will be able to control the signal and allow it to keep going back and forth without our interaction. So we could just do this, bring it over here, put it right there, and just like that, we got this side set. Now we just gotta do this side, which we just gotta dig just a little bit, just so that it can come over here, and we do basically the same thing. So we bring it this way. So that's gonna turn it off. So just like that, we have our redstone done for this contraption. Alright guys, I'm back. It's nice and bright in the morning. And now that we have our redstone done, now we just go on to building the machine, which isn't too hard. Make sure your super glue is on your offhand again, and you could use any block. However, I'm just going to be using some moss. Since this is a plant themed thing, might as well keep it plant based. So right here, I'm going to want to put 2 blocks down of moss. And then I'm going to want to put down our deployer right here on the end. So you do that. And just like that, the deployer is facing upwards. So it'll be able to interact with the grass platform that we're going to build up here. It's going to interact with the platform above. And to do that, we're going to want to set the filter to bone meal. We don't want it to put down any other block. We only want it to bone meal it. And then here, let me put that back there. We could put the chest along the side, on top, wherever you want, honestly. This chest could go anywhere. I'm just going to put it right here, just so I could have a nice double chest set up. Okay, let's get back up here and continue building this moss contraption. So what we do know is that the dirt platform is going to be right here. Okay, belay my last. My bad. You don't want to put it right here. I mean, you could leave the chest here. It'll be easier for you to interact with whenever you turn it off. But what you do want to do is build this 1 block up. So let's get our deployer back. Let's destroy this. And then we'll put this down here. Let's make sure we have our glue again. And then do that. Come up here. Do something like that, I guess. We don't want to shift when we place it. The best bet is to just stand up, right click. And then, how I said, we're just going to come over here, put the filter, and just like that. Now, if you really wanted to, and just leave this running for a very long time, you could add another set of 2 double chests. Yeah, kind of forgot I had to make this a block up. I had to look at the build in the creative world real quick. But right here, now that you have this, you can do this. So you're going to bring your block out 1, you're going to build up 1, and then you're going to bring it to the side. Why to the side? It's because your contraption cannot go through blocks, or I don't know, at least mine was buggy when I was setting it up, so I wanted to bring it over. I wanted to bring it over so that it doesn't get stuck. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1. So this is along the side. Right above this is where we're going to have the dirt. So we're going to want to bring it up 1 and then bring it this way. But first, I'm going to build my dirt platform. So it just goes like this. I want to make it, oops, have the super glue in my hand. Let's smack that. And I want to make this dirt platform 5 blocks long. And then I'm just going to bring it all the way over here. Make it the same length as our shaft. And I'll be back when I fill this in. Okay, quick change. So right here, I'm gonna put our deployer facing up. Yeah, I moved it over one because it looked a little off. So let's do this. Reset the filter one more time. And let's get back down here. So yeah, so right here where your chest was, instead of having the deployer out on this block, we moved it in one, just so when it bone meals, it does reach over here. And just like that, we can come back up here. And once your little grass platform is done, it is ready for you to keep building this out. So if we take this out, we can see that these have all been glued together. So if we put it back in our offhand, all we have to do is continue building it out. Just like that, it's covering all the dirt blocks. And then you get your harvester, and then you can put it right here. And just like that, you're technically done with this. So, now that everything's done, we could do a quick little scan, make sure everything's set where it needs to be. So, if you come over here, technically your deployer is not going to reach this one. So we could destroy these blocks real quick. And as you can see, it's kind of like a little question mark shape. We got our redstone contacts, we got our gear shaft, we have our chest, we have our deployer. All we got to do is throw in some bone meal. Bone meal in this mod pack can be collected from skellies with normal bones, wither skeletons with withered bones, and then the mossy bones that you also get in the vault. You could actually put it to use besides destroying it and making it into shards. So, with everything set and looks like everything is glued, we can put the shaft back down and watch this work. So let's grab one of these, put it right here, and just like that, it bone meals, goes back and forth, and it automatically collects everything. Alright, a little note to self. If you're building this little contraption, don't build it in the highlands mountain biome, because for some reason the chances of growing a flower there is very low. I found it kind of odd, so I moved it over here to the plains biome, and as you can see, we already got 3 dandelions growing, and it's literally right next to the little village, so I'm not too worried about it. And as you can see, there's plenty of little flowers over there, so I don't know what types you can grow from bone meal, but as long as I'm getting something, that's all I care about. A little tip, if you didn't know, is that the peonies and the sunflowers, any 2-block high flower can be bone mealed, and it'll give you an extra 1, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that is a vanilla thing or not, but it's very useful. And after talking about all that, you could always make this look a little pretty. I plan on doing that at some point after all. That's why I brought some azaleas and some leaves and whatnot to make this look a little nicer. But if I come over here and click on it, as you can see, we're getting some dandelions, a few poppies, and of course we're getting some seeds. And with that, that's how you make a little flower farm with Create, so that you don't have to utilize a botany pot for one of these, and you could save it for something else that you might not be able to grow as easily as flowers. Oh yeah, you guys might have seen our little plant farm over here, and to be honest, I made this farm alongside with the tree farm and the workshop video. However, I kind of deleted the video that I recorded this on accident, but it's very similar to the tree farm, except instead of using saws, you put harvesters, and you do not need any deployers. So that's what makes this even easier. And then the only difference is that I put a barrel here, and then I put a little item pipe to extract items, and I made sure to set these things first. So this will collect all the seeds, and over here, as you can see, it collects the carrots, potatoes, beetroot, and the wheat. And the potatoes, don't worry, they don't get thrown out. The poisonous ones stick around as well inside the barrel. And since these are a very low chance of being extracted in a way, you won't have to worry about this filling up your barrel anytime soon. And with that, that's it for today's create building in this episode, and let's go upstairs. Okay guys, now that I'm back up here, I noticed that the time recording the builds took a little longer than expected, so that'll be it for today's episode. If you guys want some more create farm tutorials that can be used in Vault Hunters and or in other mod packs, just let me know down in the comments. But for right now, everything that's create related will be towards Vault Hunters. Of course, there's some vanilla stuff involved, but as I said, I'm playing this mod pack, which means we want everything for this mod pack. Before we wrap up the end of this episode, I wanted to go over this again, so just so I show that I made this in survival, we'll toss all this over here. We'll look at colossal chests. We'll click on the chest walls, but first let's make this the copper chest core, the interface, and just like that we have that set. Come over here, click here, and then boom, 96. I'm pretty sure we only needed 90. Wait, we need 98. We're low on copper. What happened to our copper? Doesn't matter. We'll just grab a few more pieces. Come over here. Whoops. And just like that, we got 98. I might have created too many, but it doesn't matter. The more the merrier. Make sure we complete our chest, and this will also be a 5x5 build. And then as you can see over here, well, I already grabbed it, but we have our cables and our external storage so that I'll be able to make it somewhere underneath, run it, and connect it over here, increasing the amount of space that we have. And as for our points, I did say that I was creating a farm so that we could collect flowers and we don't have to use botany pots for it, but I have had a few crystals where I need things that can be grown from botany pots that can't be done in normal Minecraft, and I'm not sure if you can do it in Create. I haven't tested it just yet. So our next mod unlock will be botany pots, which requires $16 stars. So we'll do that. Come over here, unlock it, and nice. Next episode, I'll probably go over making some botany pots and setting up a little area. That's what I'm gonna do. In between episodes, I'm gonna build a nice little garden, farmhouse, greenhouse. That's what it's called. I'll make a little greenhouse area or something similar to that for our plants, and we'll put some botany pots there. And I'll start working on a little area so that we could start making cagerium stuff as well. After all, we have quite a few eggs, we have plenty of resources, so I don't see why I haven't started that. So, next episode, we'll do a little bit of cagerium, and we'll do a little bit of botany pots, show off the builds for those two, and any other builds that I might do in between. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and just like that guys, we're gonna wrap things up here. We went over a little bit of information with Create. We expanded our farms, created an ore crusher, pretty solid. We unlocked botany pots. I talked about making a chest, and we're gonna explore cagerium and botany pots, make a build for those, and I'm gonna be working on we're expanding the village. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, and in the comments, make sure you drop something there as well. Whether it's feedback as to how I could improve the episodes, because now I'm gonna start slowing it down and actually making sure the videos are around 20 to 40 minutes compared to other times where they have been pretty long. I'm gonna do my best to work on that. As I said, I'm probably not going to show vaults as much. Maybe I'll include little bits and pieces here and there towards the end of the episodes, and it would be awesome if you guys were to leave comments, because then I could address those comments in the little bits and pieces of vaulting. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for me, drop it there. If you have any questions regarding Vault Hunters or Create or anything to do with this, let me know. If you got questions about me, if it's not too personal and it won't release any crazy information, sure, I'll answer whatever you guys got for me. Don't forget to subscribe. It'll mean a lot to me, and it will help push our content out to other people. Who knows? Maybe some people have questions about certain things and I might be able to address it. So please help us and follow along in our journey. And with that, until next time, we look pretty ugly like that. Where's our chest plate? I think I put it away. Oh well. So, with that, guys, until next time, peace out.